Flash wants to run in terms of supporting. I don't think Flicker is a good pick. I don't think they will pick Flicker. They have run Flicker with this composition, so that's something they might choose. But then again, Flicker is really bad until Lance and Samuel. They actually lost when they did it. Flash XU history. So this is not a good draft because they have lost with Flicker into Lance and Samuel. So they need to execute this perfectly and not make mistakes. And Tigers knows how to play against Flicker. His Samuel is extremely good.
I mean, to be fair, that loss with Flicker was the only loss with Flicker TeamSoloMid has had in 7 games with the hero. Well, so it's still a pretty strong pick for them. We'll see if they can make it work. But Hammers, their final selection for this game too. Think it's going to be Baron? I don't think
Baron
it's gonna
can
be Baron.
jump out, outranges the Gwen, and he can jump out of a Flicker slow, so they potentially will probably take Baron here, I think. Ringo is a risk, because Ringo cannot escape the Flicker Fairy Dust, and I think Baron makes the most sense, and boom, there's Baron.
There it is.
All right, so it's interesting to me that they went for the Baron here because, like I said, the only time...
the first blood. Complete disaster. Chicken, you can hit 3-man Githing walls all day long, but it's not going to matter, my man, if the fights play out like that. TSM, 2 kills. Oh, they get the backs as well. This is not good for Hammers.
No, easy cat there. I'm going to question Hammers. The kind of decision-making coming out from them right now was that you are against a CP Kestro and there's a Flicker who's early game, the base damage coming out from... Oh my gosh, mind fart. The base damage coming out from the Fairy Dust and the slow as well is a really lethal combination. We certainly saw that. And you're playing against, with a Baron on your team either. I feel like that was a matchup that was never destined to win. So I don't know why they stuck around so long. I feel like the moment they saw TSM, they should have just given them that tree and just backed away.
Vonsi guessed that they were in that brush, right? He didn't have vision, from what I saw. I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure.
Well,
maybe not. We'll see. The game goes on. The game goes on. Who's going to be that? Did Flash get that? No. Best Chuck is able to grab that mid there. Very good job. Hammer's just getting denied here. Over a 1,000 net worth lead in the first 2 minutes of the game. TeamSoloMid just absolutely devastating Hammer's ability to gain any net worth across this map.
I mean, Vonsi, he's got a CS of 12. T-Tigers has a CS of 7 now, but was sitting at 3 like less than 10 seconds ago.
But at least starting has a lot.
Yeah, starting all over is CS is like the redeeming quality of Hammers right now.
No.
There's just okay, so what Hammers need to do is they just need to buy their time. The early game of TSM is very strong, especially with that Flicker, especially that slow. It's very easy to pull off those ganks in the lane. And that CP Kestra as well. The zoning ability is extremely strong. And I'm not sure they should be going on like the starting all over. They're going on Chicken instead.
Yeah, well, Chicken taking a lot of damage, and he goes down.
Dead.
Chicken wrecked right there. Dragon Blood contract actually proccing there as well. Now T-Tigers with the Drifting Dark moves his way up into the lane. And even at level 2, you have to respect this Samuel, although he doesn't quite connect there. Flash, a very good job with his current stealth. He's going to just chase him down. Oh, Fairy Dust Binding Light's going to cut him off. Plus the Dragon Blood. T-Tigers, rest in peace. You are too good of a man to go down like that.
Oh, sad times indeed. I think this is the thing about the Flicker. Oh, never mind, he gets rooted.
Yeah, Chicken making a pretty good play right there. But Vonsi, he's back here. Vonsi, he wants to go ahead and take away this Treant. He wants the backs as well. Vonsi, don't be so greedy. Chicken gets one. Chicken gets 2. Chicken, absolutely making some plays here. The Tigers and that Drifting Dark. The Mousenbergs will come through, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to the first kill for Hammers here in game number 2. Maybe some signs of life here. As this is starting very deep into enemy territory. He's going to jump jets over the wall. Should be able to take away the mid here. It'd be very nice for starting to be able to get this region.
I think he's going to get it with no contest whatsoever. So, pretty back and forth game. We're seeing lots of action happening all across the map. Lane, jungle, either side of the jungle. It's going everywhere right now. We're beginning to see the CS equalize from the start, where Vonsi was the only person with CS on the map. And it's looking a lot better now. I've got to say, starting all over, all he needs to do is just wait till the late game, just bide his time. You know, I feel Flicker definitely falls off a lot once you get into the late game when Chicken starts prioritizing a lot more onto the scout traps and onto the flares. They'll certainly start catching him out. He won't be able to get those surprise jumps onto Hammers.
What do you think about Chicken's itemization? Does he go for a contraption, like a second item, or is that too greedy for him?
So I've seen people countering Flicker in like 2 ways. They either go for the contraption or they just invest a lot of money into a constant stream of scout traps and flares. I would personally prefer, I think, the contraption of this place, just constant. You know, you're playing against a Flicker the whole game. You're going to need constant vision. We want just the whole map littered with scout traps. Actually, they're going in already.
Yeah, TSM, what was that rotation? Vainglory getting blown up. The heal's not enough. Chicken's on the front side. He uses boots to get out. It's not enough. Now T-Tigers are starting kind of deciding if they want to chase. They do not want to chase, and I think a smart decision. They didn't have any vision to see Flash there.
Oh, they didn't. I think the issue there with the issue there for TSM was they're all clustered up, and it's, you know, that's an ideal situation for the Baron. Is that if you land your Porcupine Mortar, it's going to hit all three members, which is what happened. And the issue with the Flicker is great for these aggressive engages, kind of like similar to Fortress in that respect, but in terms of frontlining, kind of lacking.
Mm-hmm. Well, Flash continues to move around across this map. He's doing a really good job up in this lane. He's just from brush to brush to brush, clearing scout traps, moving around. And he has had very good positioning, except for that last engagement there. So we'll see what they can do. Chicken throws that flare before he moves into that right mustache brush there. Very good job out of Chicken. He's just, I mean, against the Flicker, you said it, you got to control the vision, right? So Hammers are here as a group. Nobody's getting picked off, and this is exactly what they need.
That is exactly what they need. Both teams are actually moving down into the jungle right now. We have, one shot, one kill.
One shot, 150% damage of T-Tiger's overall health. As Flash moves forward, Fairy Dust, he's got the Binding Light. He actually threw that off already. T-Tigers, T-Tigers! Gets smacked in the face with a nice chunk of damage. Bestchuck able to come through, clean that one up. And Hammers, they're on the back foot here.
They're on the back foot. I think part of the... Okay, so Chicken, he didn't actually have the fountain in that game. FlashX did. Chicken went to the shot to pick up the fountain. I think was rushing back to try and help T-Tigers there and just use the fountain, but it just wasn't enough at that point. But Vainglory, you know, they did a fair bit of damage there onto Vainglory and Bestchuck NA. So in terms of skirmishes, it's actually going okay for our Hammers. I wouldn't say it's that detrimental. I think they're doing a really good job, actually.
Yeah. I think it would have been detrimental had TSM been able to take turret down or, you know, something like that, right?
Yeah. I mean, if we're going to look at the synergy of the heroes that both of the teams are playing. So you've got this really aggressive roamer, FlashX, who's all about sneaking up, trying to get that slowdown, trying to get that root. It's all about the element of surprise. But then you're also on your same team. You have that Crystal Kestrel who needs that defense, who needs to be able to have a roam who can frontline and help peel. So that's not really there. And that's kind of what's concerning for me. If they do get onto Vainglory with Chicken, then it's really easy for them to burst Vainglory down.
Yeah, it should be very easy to take Vainglory down. Especially it starts to get a couple items here. Like, honestly, the Baron will be 2-3-shotting the Kestrel as time goes on. Even the Gwen, honestly, the Gwen and Kestrel are like two of the squishiest heroes in the game if you're able to get on target.
Yeah, and if we're against a Baron and a Samuel as well, you can really definitely poke away. So it relies a lot on dive coming out from TSM. Not sure how well that's going to be executed as we move into the mid game. I mean, they do have the game advantage in the series so far. We could very well be seeing a third game. I would like to see a third game. I think that'll make it super exciting for both the teams. The stakes are high here.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is a finals-worthy matchup. It truly is, and we've seen that week after week with these two teams. So it's pretty crazy to see the matchup on day one here in week 3. But as you said, easily could be going to game 3 if Hammers are able to hold their ground and then, you know, take a couple good fights here. Currently, it feel like they're playing. I mean, passively, I guess is the right word, but it's very smart passiveness. Is it right? It's not like they're just completely avoiding situations where they shouldn't.
Yeah, they're playing smart. They're playing defensively. Actually, starting over does take a little bit of damage. I think that's the thing with the CP Kestrel. Her range, the splash damage is just incredible, and it's all about starting
one
over.
One shot, one dodge.
Nicely done.
Nicely done. Now starting to have semi-respectable damage. You can't allow the Baron to just start chunking on you through these fights. Glimmers are not going to connect there. Chicken eats one of those, just kind of on the front side. You see, it feels like starting is almost trying to bait them into a position where he can get the where Chicken can find a Githian wall or impale right there. In fact, it's going to be an impale, Githian wall. Flash taking pretty good damage, drifting Dark Stout, Malice and Verdict. Ace's High does connect on the T-Tigers. A lot of burst damage. They're going to have to reposition, rethink this one. Chicken holding that fountain, but so is Flash on the opposite side here. Hammers really just playing with fire. Oh,
starting!
Oh no! He activated the jump jets and his body will die where the jump jets ended. But where did T-Tigers go? The pressure was so obvious coming from TSM there. I think that was a big mistake.
That's the opportunity they were looking for. They were waiting for him to rotate down. Oh, their fountain's been used.
Oh, TSM, he was getting pretty good damage, but immediately TSM turned it around. One shot, not going to connect there. It does come out a little bit wild. Hammers, they lose the turret. They lose starting. That is not what they were looking for.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a misplay coming out from T-Tigers to rotate down. Like you said, the pressure was very obvious. I think it was really well projected what TSM were planning on doing. And they got the objective. They got the first turret. They are sitting at a nice 3.2k gold lead. It's 10 minutes. But what is...
Tigers was infused for that too.
They were infused. I think one thing that we have to be saying, just to point out, is that Vainglory at the end of that, when they're at the second turret there, was that he was very low on energy. He only has 2 energy batteries. The skills that he's using, they're quite energy intensive. So if you can actually hold it long enough, dodge all his skills, dodge some skill shots, then you can turn around, because Vainglory won't have enough damage to output the glimmer shots.
It's true. That's a lot of energy he's gonna have to burn. Vainglory usually does a pretty good job of conserving that when needed. Immense gold payout for TeamSoloMid. Now up 4.5k-ish net worth as Chicken's gonna flare moving forward. Hammers trying to just kind of figure out what's going on across this map, reestablish themselves. It feels about like half the map has just been taken away from them. One shot connects on a starting. Look at that. Starting, bro, you gotta get back. Oh, 421 damage. Hello, Best Chuck.
That snipe was doing well, over 800 damage there on to starting all over. Then they just followed up there with Gwen. I think, okay, part of the issue is, Chicken, what are you doing? Oh, the Mooncloak, T-Tigers.
Oh, no, T-Tigers, they can't even get out of here. This is just absolutely melted. They never saw it coming, Chicken. They never saw it coming. Now, Chicken, dropping low. You can see Best Chuck is also just feeling himself.
Oh, no.
Oh, Vainglory, double kill there. Going through 10-2. TeamSoloMid are not playing around today, team, as they have showed up and just taken a huge... well, we'll let that one go. Starting! One more shot! Best Chuck got him. They got the turret as well.
That was a bait. That was clearly a bait coming out from TSM. Like, all 3 of them were sitting low. Flash X holding onto that fountain and starting over was like, yeah, I could probably take this. I mean, he probably could have had that fountain not been sitting there. And he was able, he used his jump jets forward, and then he was drastically out of position there, and they completely turned that around. So not going too great for Hammers here. I think they're 7k gold behind. They've lost 2 turrets.
Going bad for Hammers at this point.
Oh, it is going bad. I feel like they're losing their focus. I feel like it's just not there. I mean, they do have the potential to just chain everything together, but right now, just not seeing it. Starting all over, he's not getting the chance to build up those breaking point stacks on the Baron. Best Chuck ending and Vainglory, I feel like it's very easy damage for them to lay down.
Well, starting picked up some light armor. That's a start. You don't really want to be building defense on the Baron. It doesn't feel too good. His offensive items are coming together, but he is so far behind Best Chuck when it comes to offensive damage output.
If he was getting the chance, if starting over is getting a chance to output that damage output, we're not seeing it so far. They're able to dodge around it. The slow's really catching them out. And TSM, they're just doing so well right now. Hammers, if you think about it, you've got the Impale, you've got the Iron Cannon, you've also got Oblivion. There's a lot that they could be throwing at TSM. Just so far, it's not coming out. I feel like they're using them very reflexively. Like
Go ahead, we're not live. Go ahead.
We're not live. Like,
work that one out. I'll give you a moment.
Instead of saying, okay, we need to do this and this and this, they're kind of throwing out their ultimates very like, I'm just going to throw this out because I just want to stay alive. Yeah, reactively. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
This is what you're supposed to do. Starting! Gets away.
Starting, just calculated recalls home there. And we would expect no less out of starting. Okay, so starting, he's got his weapon infusion. He's got his boots up. These guys are seriously behind in network. But if there is a will, there is a way. And I believe that if TSM make a mistake, Hammers can capitalize on it and potentially win one of these fights. It could be done here.
Very best of teams can still make mistakes, and I think that we need to rely on TSM to make a mistake for Hammers to come back in this game. I mean, TSM are playing very slickly. There's not many misplays coming out from them, and I like the way that Flash X is positioning. He's always giving his team vision. He doesn't have to rely on flares or scout traps as much because he can use his stealth to try and find out where the members of Hammers are. And Chickens, he's investing a lot of money into vision, but it's just being set off by Flash X over and over again. That is actually, he's losing a lot of money this way.
Money lost. Flash just triggering Chicken here. as well as his scout traps. Oh my goodness. That's not right. T-Tigers, 75% of his health with that one shot. And they basically have to just full-on back up out of here with that one shot connecting. And just the threat of a little bit of damage coming out of Best Chuck or Von C would push it right over the top and find the kill here. Such a dangerous position to be in.
It's a very dangerous position, but I actually feel TSM are actually at a disadvantage when they're trying to push onto the turrets. You know, FlashX can't really use his stealth unless he keeps going back to a bush or using his moon cloak. And if they're pushing it, it's a really good opportunity for Hammers to poke back, but TSM have disengaged from that completely. They're going to get rid of the sentry and probably take the Kraken. And one place that Hammers do not want to fight is in the jungle. I actually think that's probably one of the worst places for them to fight.
Yeah. It's tough. It's just so easy for Flash to be stealthed at any point through that jungle. I mean, I think it would be okay if they had vision over TSM. They can fight through that jungle. It is good for the Lance, and there are a lot of choke points that they can use to take advantage of. But yeah, currently, it's such a tough position to be in. They don't know where Von C is. They don't know where Flash is. And if that Mooncloak comes out, they won't know where Best Chuck is. Tough position to be in. You see Chicken moving forward. And throw that flare out. They see that TSM started up the Kraken. But this is kind of like a soft commit on the Kraken. This is like TSM really doesn't have to do too much. They're just kind of throw out some basic attacks and just wait for a target to move forward. And I imagine they're just going to engage onto somebody as soon as they move forward. You see, yeah, just that soft Kraken take right there. Because they're really not committed to it. That's not the key. The key is to draw Hammers in here.
Yeah, the key is to draw them into the bushes where FlashX is in his, well, I guess his forte environment there. We're seeing a lot of scout traps now being placed down by Chicken on their side of the jungle, which is very important. You have to maintain at least some control. But FlashX doing his very best to set as many as he can off. But we do see starting over and Chicken. They both have the infusions, but they're all kind of on the wrong side of the map here.
Credit to Chicken. The fact that he's getting the vision cleared out when they're so far behind, getting his own vision down, that's huge. Mooncloak. But look at that, a nice scout trap. Perfect. Okay, Hammers, you know where TSM are. If you die, this is a bad thing for you. Oh no, starting! Oh no, starting is down. Chicken is down as well. One shot's gonna connect. Von C style points predicting where the combat roll would come from. And T-Tigers just sits there with his hands in the air like, what is going on, team?
Just starting all over and Chicken, there really was no chance for them. Starting all over got absolutely melted. And
no, there was a chance.
You think? He went down in like less than a second.
They saw it coming. If you know how much damage has been coming out through the whole game, reposition yourself. He tried. Too late.
Jump jets.
They saw them coming. They saw it coming. They hung around. The jump jets came through after the damage was being applied. I disagree, but that's okay.
It's okay to disagree sometimes. You know, it's healthy to disagree.
Once per day, we can disagree.
Okay, we can't disagree with each other anymore for this game anyway. Well, this could be it. This could be the final push, the final countdown here.
Final countdown.
Kraken's going down. This is a really good opportunity for TSM to push, especially with that Crystal Kestrel there. Starting over, trying his best, but don't see it doing too much.
Let's see, they still got these infusions. Starting, he's got a lot of crit built up. Flash moves forward. Just have that fairy dust out. Kind of connecting on the Chicken there. Ion Can's going to come through. A lot of damage out. Chicken's still alive. Starting still alive. And T-Tiger's doing a really good job to maximize that drifting dark. But okay, that's going to be starting just getting ripped apart. Best Chuck finding the damage. That's a double kill. One Vein Crystal turret's going to go down. This should be an ace coming through. Yeah, there's the ace. TeamSoloMid coming in, taking the series 2-0. And look at Von C. Oh, Von C. He's just going to let loose some of these cheeky little kissy faces and let him know, yo, don't mess with us, team. We are the best. We are #1 overall for good reason.
I think that series definitely cements their place in the leaderboards right now. So they're currently sitting at 40, #1, and Hammers are 33, second place. But that game, flawlessly played. I mean, there was definitely multiple opportunities there for Hammers to come back from that. I just feel like all three of the members just weren't really playing up to their, the high standard that